What's going on, y'all? BBQ Dropout here. So if you're wondering how long you should be smoking like any particular brisket you may have, there's really two main things to consider. Number one, how hot and fast or how low and slow you're cooking your brisket. Basically, what temperature you're smoking your brisket at. Number two, you want to consider how much your brisket actually weighs. Is it like a full packer brisket? So is it like 10 to 20 pounds? Like, is it a monster sized brisket, like 20 plus pounds? Is it like a little baby brisket that only is like the flat? Is it like 5 pounds or something? All those different little things you have to kind of consider. Just take like a little ballpark estimate and say, okay, this thing's like 10 pounds. So let's say we have like a 10-pound brisket, right? So go back to the other point I made about the temperature at which you're smoking your brisket at. So let's say you're doing a low and slow cook. Basically, you want to smoke a brisket at around like 225 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you can take that and then sort of guesstimate that it's going to take about 1 pound per 1 hour of cook time. So let's say you have a 10-pound packer brisket, that's going to take about 10 hours to cook. Obviously, your mileage may vary. Every brisket's different. People tend to, open and close their smoker grates. There's a lot of different things that go into it, but on average, it should take about 1 pound per hour of cook time at around a low and slow cook of around 225 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the other part of that also is, let's say you don't really want to wait around that long, myself included. I mean, I'm kind of in that camp. Well, then you're going to want to try and cook it a little bit hotter and faster, and that's basically anything above like 250. So let's say like 275 to like 300 or more. Then you're going to want to budget about maybe like 1.5 pounds or like 2 pounds per 1 hour cook time. And that's basically saying it's going to take about half as long cooking it at hot and fast versus low and slow. So that same 10-pound packer brisket we just talked about that normally would have taken like 10 hours to cook can drop all the way down to about maybe like 5 to 7 hours of cook time. And that can save you about like 2 to 3 hours worth of cook time for only a small marginal increase in ambient temperature. So that's basically how long you can expect to cook any particular brisket, regardless of whether you wrap it or not, in your smoker or your oven or whatever kind of cooking device you have.